What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Line of the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we are back today with, I don't know, something of a video? I don't know. I have two Fanhome packages here. One which I've already unpackaged, but I lost the audio on because I forgot to turn on my mic. Yeah, so, uh, yeah, anyway. So, and then the Enterprise just showed up. So this showed up yesterday. I have been waiting days for this. Both of these packages sat in Vegas for like 4 or 5 days. Wound up coming one day apart, despite the fact that they were shipped almost a week apart. I don't know. It's crazy. And what's weird is Kit shipped the other day, I think 2 days ago, and I think he's going to be here before the end of the weekend. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you do Partworks and you are with Fanhome, you know that they're infamous for their lovely delays. So I think as everything just kind of arrived late, I don't really have time to do any work tonight on building these. So I'm just going to kind of give a Partwork update on where we're at with things. So I'm going to go ahead and start with opening the Falcon again. There's no surprises for me. I've already washed the coffee cup and have used it. I got a coffee cup. It was pretty nice. I'll show you guys here in a couple minutes when we get to the mod portion of what we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead and open the Falcon box. And there's something kind of cool and interesting in here. So there was a delay, and I wasn't quite sure why. And I will get to it here in a quick second, but I think I figured it out. I think they were missing a stage for this box, and they had to go find it, and it's interesting. So anyway, stage 23 is where we're going to be picking up, and we have another one of our plastic base pieces so we can start assembling the Falcon. And I think with all of this, we're going to be most of the way done with all of our base pieces. So we have another part of our corridor tube. Some older frame sections, which have me a little concerned. I'm going to need to be very careful, but then again, I also have proper screwdrivers these days, so I'm not going to be too worried about over-torquing and what have you. So, that's stage 23. Here's stage 25. We have some sprues. Looks like some padding pieces. I'm not quite sure. Another whole panel section, another old frame section. So these ones are older, and I'm curious, like it's the frame sections lately have been packaged inside the hard plastic. These ones are like the ones that I broke, and I'm concerned. So there is some pieces of look like flooring, and like I said, some sprues, and we got another base here for that. Here, I'm going to leave this one stage 22. I think that's actually where we kind of start. So, some more padding for the walls, another frame section, and once again, another older frame section. Very curious. I'm just very curious about that whole prospect. I'm going to leave stage 25, I believe is what it is, off to the side for a second, because that's the weird one. So, another whole panel section, a frame section, some more internals, and once again, one of the older frame sections, so I'm a little concerned, but hey, I'm going to be a lot more careful, and I'm definitely not going to be reefing like I was in the last episode. Over torqued for sure. Now, the thing that's really interesting, and Todd, if you're watching, I'm going to leave it to this video for you to answer. This is different packaging than the other ones. So we have this one, and then we have that packaging. Now, I know they look similar, but if you look at the Star Wars icon, the logo, it's shifted, and the Falcon and Millennium have shifted. Yeah, very interesting. And this is a very old frame section. If you look, extraordinarily tarnished. So curious. Now, the thing that's very weird about this, who's Planeta? Or Planeta? I mean, obviously we know who D'Agostini is. And this, stage 24, MF024, this is an older coating that they used to do. And this is from, I think, where does it say it? This one is from 2017. So, Todd, who's Planeta? What's all this? I don't know if these people will expect that, but this is for Planeta D'Agostini, Brazil. Oh, interesting. So I wonder, now I've speculated, and I've said this a couple times to myself now because I'm the only person that I talk to about this right now so far in the last 24 hours. I wonder if they couldn't find the Stage 24 and they had to go buy it, and that's why there was a bit of a wait. Curious, Todd, is that something they would do, or would they just source it from somewhere else? Let me know. And then we have our magazines. And this box was a little beat up. I was a little upset with this one. And this magazine specifically is kind of jacked up. But, you know, whatever. It's in the end, like Lincoln Park said, it doesn't even matter. So it's just a magazine. So don't worry. So I'm going to go ahead and let's all put back together. And we'll kind of talk about what the plan is for this in the next episodes. I just haven't had a chance to plan out the episodes for the Falcon yet. I'm going to be taking a little bit different approach to building my Partworks, but I'm really excited for this one because we get to keep adding on to this amazing model. And having started the perfect grade Falcon, it's going to be really interesting looking at this from a different perspective. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to the Enterprise here. And as usual, I don't know what's in here, other than I have pulled my invoice off the top. So let's go ahead and get this open, shall we? Oh, I love when that happens, when it just kind of pops up. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so cool. That's right. I'm getting a coffee mug here, too. I'm going to open this first. Now, this coffee mug I'm super excited about. I will show you the Falcon one here in just a moment, but and this one, I believe, is stainless steel. Oh, yeah. And it's got the Galaxy class. Oh, this is super cool. Development project. Oh, my goodness. And this is nice. This is a really nice coffee cup. Wow. Okay. This is a really, really nice coffee cup. So, I'm really excited about that one. That's super cool. Here's the box. I went ahead and just Okay, so organic comments. Okay. Nice. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Just what it says on the side. Terrestrial organic compounds only, not for use of replicators. Obviously, don't put in the microwave. And it's going to amplify. It's going to be really hot because this is stainless steel. So, that's so cool. Cool. Oh, man, I'm super excited. That's one of the cool gifts. All right, so now obviously we're in the course of modding this model. I am going to be basically unboxing it here, and then I'm going to be putting it away. I'm not really going to be looking at anything here. I'm not going to be really doing anything because we're still in the process of modding the model and getting it ready to get caught back up with us at stage 24. I still have stage 25 and stage 26 to build before I even get to this package, and it's going to be kind of interesting actually having quite a few stages to build. So let's go ahead and just start moving and seeing what we got going on. I'm really excited to see what's next because I've spent a lot of time with this model thinking about the plan and getting ready for it, and knowing that we're going to be moving forward with these pieces is going to be pretty cool. So, couple things to note. These I will never deal with again. I'm just going to let them pile up, and we'll talk about those at the very end. We have some of our escape pods, our LEDs. We are going to continue to maintain. I've decided that I'm going to continue to maintain the stock lighting for this as much as possible. And then our very first neck hull piece. And look at that. This one I've already seen. I've been working on a piece of it, working on the resin, practicing, and it's going to be a while before we get to this point. So this one is stage 28. That's pretty cool. Stage 29 is kind of a thin, long package, kind of interesting. So we have a whole panel. Is that a whole panel? Let's see what we got. Oh, no, it's one of our acrylic resin windows for the neck. Once again, we're not going to be dealing with those. We're also not going to be dealing with these windows. But then, I think that's the photon torpedo tube light, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of cool. And then, we have some light blocking stickers, or some cable management stickers, one of the two. Some more escape pods, more windows we're not going to be dealing with, and then another whole panel section that we eventually are going to be doing resin on. So, Let's move on to the next one. This is stage 30. Wow, there's only like 100 stages left. Oh, wow. Look at this, guys. Here's the actual neck section. That is super cool. And this one, I believe, goes underneath the one from over there. So, and then we have a regular window, or regular whole panel, and then windows we're not going to use. That's stage 30. And then I believe we start off here at stage 27 when we resume the packages. They gave us another screwdriver. Don't need that. Thank you. I've got a set of wares now at this point. I'm an official Partworks guy, y'all. And then Soji is here to inspect. Oh, God. So, this is the base for the neck going into the engineering section. And we're going to actually start working on the engineering section here very soon. So, and there is another one of our die-cast hole sections. And windows, once again, we're not going to be dealing with. A screwdriver that's going to go into a drawer. And then we have our magazine. And I actually really like this magazine. It reminds me a lot of the Knight Rider ones, just with the high quality of the magazine paper itself. It's so interesting. The D'Agostini, who is a publishing firm, didn't make great magazines for their models. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut. And when we come back, I'm going to show you what we're got coming up for K.I.T.T. And we're going to be planning a stream for next week. So let's go ahead and cut over, and we'll be right back. All right, so here, before we get into the rest of what we got to talk about real quick, here's the coffee mug that I got from D'Agostini and from the Millennium Falcon. It is also a pretty awesome coffee cup, but pretty run-of-the-mill, just a regular coffee cup. Says fastest hunk of the galaxy, has the Millennium Falcon logo on the bottom, and then, of course, our Millennium Falcon icon that we're also familiar with if you're building the D'Ag Falcon. So we got that, and while we're talking about the D'Ag Falcon, I'm going to start, well, once you start modding, you kind of can't stop. We're going to start modding our D'Agostini Falcon. I've been looking at Shapeways. I've been looking at HDA. There's so many great different sites out there that are offering so many different mods for this. I'm not going to go too crazy on this one because I'm going to be modding the hell out of a couple of other models. And this one is pretty cool, in the grand sense. This one is pretty high detailed, and what we're going to be really focusing on is the paint job. But that being said, I am going to be picking a few things up. Now, first thing, all of these mods coming up that I'm about to show you are all courtesy of Todd, with the exception of one. And I'll show the one that is not. But Todd, Marvel Phoenix, is incredibly generous with his time, and he is often taken care of with a lot of the stuff in the modding community, and is generous with those resources. And so he went ahead and hooked me up because he didn't need the things that I'm about to show you. So for the D'Ag Falcon, we're going to be doing, I'm thinking about doing the cockpit and picking up some of the stuff for the cargo hold, and that's about it. And in addition, we're going to be doing, I have the Falcon engine grill from Paragraphics. I am just about to start dipping into the world of photo etch. And the cool thing about this one, because it's done with Paragraphics, you get a couple of different options. Now, this is custom made for this model, so it's going to be issues 91 and 96. So this is going to be very towards the very end is when we're going to be using this. So this is going to be sitting on the shelf for a while. But the cool thing with this one is it's a complete set. You get the photo etch, and then behind you get to choose the color of your grill, or the engines. So if you want to go with the slightly blue around the outside, which is what I'm going to be doing, or if you just want to go with the pure white, that's going to be your option. So comes the complete instruction set. I'll crack this open as we get a little bit closer. You'll see that as we get to that part of the build, which is likely going to be probably, I'd say about this time next year. So this is going to be done. This is going to be done then. We're going to be picking up a few mods along the way, and we'll talk more about that. But we're going to be modding our models. I've just dipped my toes into the dark side, and yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy. So next up is K.I.T.T. K.I.T.T is going to be arriving probably this weekend, and as over the last couple weeks, the channel has been a little inconsistent. I've been spending a lot of time streaming, but really what has been a lot of time like focusing my efforts into more high quality builds on my models, and planning out my models. We're coming to this part, outside of the Defiant, which is a fairly simple model, and we're going to be wrapping that up here fairly soon. There will be a replacement for that one, and I think it's going to be a fun little model that we're going to do. Kind of keep that time slot as a more simple model phase, or we'll keep that time slot as a more simple model slot, something fun. But I've been focusing my efforts on, planning my models, and all of them are getting to the point where they need to be focused hard on. For example, getting the Aztec dummies for the Defiant and the yesterday's Enterprise build series, the 1701C. I had to wait for those parts. We have our first episode coming tomorrow of the Razor Crest, and I've been having to wait for paint, wait for supplies to arrive, and I think I got something really special planned for that, so I'm going to have to kind of switch what I'm going to be talking about. Like I talk at the end of the episode about doing something, it's likely that that's going to change. I think I got a special plan for that model, but that's going to be starting tomorrow. And so that being said, I've had to do a lot of planning and a lot of just like spending money, needless to say. And it's taken a lot to get to this point. And so with K.I.T.T, we're going to be doing our night shift stream. I've changed the name. Night Streams was kind of an awful name. And I went ahead and changed the name of the stream to the Night Shift, and we had a cool little intro and stuff like that coming for that one. So K.I.T.T's going to be coming. I got going to have 4 stages of K.I.T.T arriving, and so we're going to be doing 2 streams for that one. And what's cool, because I am in the modding world, Todd went ahead and took care of me. I'm only going to need to pick up one more mod besides one that's been ordered that is currently on back order, and I think I got maybe another week or so to wait for it to arrive. But the only mod that I need to wait on is about 16 months away, and there's a possibility that Mike Lane, who I'll just go ahead and say it, I have the complete mod kit. This is it. Mod kit, pun intended. This is it. Everything. Todd hooked me up. I was surprised. I was going to start picking these parts up as, go along. The ship's from Europe, and so it takes time. It's really expensive. But I had time. The most important thing was the thing that was coming up next, and that's actually going to be in the first stage that we're going to be doing on stream. And this is all I was going to need for the next little while. And that's going to be the hubcap conversion kit. And this is just the magnetic conversion kit for K.I.T.T. And it's basically where you take the magnetic, the hubs, the hubcaps, and you basically make them so that they are removable very easily instead of using the screws, and it also eliminates the screws. I did purchase this one, and this is the only one that Todd was not able to hook me up with. It took about 2.5 weeks to get here from London, or I think it's kind of the London area, I guess. So yeah, it took about 2.5 weeks to get here. That's going to be the very first one, and then the one that I'm going to be waiting on is going to be the Dash. There's rumors that Mike Lane is doing the Season 3 Dash, which is much more updated, and it's going to be much more detailed than the one you get in the model. So with all of this being provided for me, I've set aside some money in the future money, to purchase that, which is likely going to be pretty expensive. But that being said, I have the front carpets. This is an older mod set since Todd received these, Marvel Phoenix, since he received these. They've changed the material. I personally don't care. It's still better than the stock plastic, which is what you get in the model, so it's perfect. We have the trunk carpets. Carpets. I love it. So these are the trunk carpets. These are just going to be some extension cables. This is going to help keep the model, like these models with the cables, it's really tight clearances and fitment. These give us the ability to extend out our cables a little bit. We have the tow bar receiver, and it is the dirty tow bar receiver, which is what you see in all the images on Knight Rider. There are two of these. You have the super clean version, and then you have the dirty one. And I wanted the dirty one, and Todd had the dirty one. So I can choose to pick up the clean one, and I may do so. It's just a magnetic, so you can just clip it on and off, which is pretty cool. Next up, which is going to be soon what we're going to be doing, is going to be the dashboard grills. And so these are the speaker covers, and then these are the defogger covers. In the model, they're just molded in plastic. So, these ones are actual metal, and you can see through them. Amazing. This is super cool. Now, the cool thing about the floor mats is I get to choose what I want to use. Do you want dark, or do you want tan? And if you look at them, and hopefully it comes up on my stream camera, I need a little bit more space for all of this. That says Knight Industries, or Knight Foundation, right here. Super cool. So both sets, it's going to be both trunk, or both the front and rear areas where the trunk mat or the floor mats go, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite ones, and it's going to be the heel and toe pads. This one is such a simple little thing, and it's going to be underneath the floor mat, but you will see it, and it's there, and that's what would be on the actual car. And so that's just for reality's sake, and that's just amazing. Cool thing, we have drilled disc brakes. They're black. You're never going to see them. Who cares? But I'll know they're there. And that is a really cool thing, and that's going to be one of the things we're going to be starting with here. I think it's going to be the hubcap and the disc brakes that we're going to be doing first. And then rub-on transfers, and hopefully it can kind of come up. Maybe not. I don't know. Camera is something that I needed to work on eventually over time here, folks, but I know what I need to get, but making models is more important than the cameras right now. But there's little Knight logos on there, the Knight Foundation logo, and these are for the brake calipers. And once again, something that you're not going to see unless you take the wheel off, but we'll know it's there. So that's what those are. And this is the complete mod kit. Now, the thing that I'm waiting on is the upgraded kit scanner. The little blinky things that go across the front of the kit. And it's from Brickworks. And I believe I'm saying that right. I ordered it a few weeks ago, and it is currently, it was out of stock for a minute, just got back in stock, and now I'm just waiting for it to ship. So that one is going to be installed in stage 5, and I'm likely going to be, it'll likely be in the second stream that we do the installation of that one. So this kit is going to be fully modded. The D'Agostini Falcon is going to be fully modded, and we know that the Enterprise is fully modded. I can't stop. Now, tomorrow, Razor Crest coming out, very first episode, and I'm using lacquer and putting that down inside of my cardboard box, inside of my room, inside of my... let's just say that I don't know what I was doing, and I'm feeling a little stupid. So, kind of an update for the Partworks. These builds they can be a little fickle and their timing. And so, when they arrive, and I just kind of wanted to give an update. We're going to be modding all of our models going forward, and we're going to be really focusing on basically just dumping whatever money I can into them whenever I can afford. So that's what I got for you today. Check it out tomorrow. Make sure you watch the Razor Crest video. I'm super excited to start bringing that series for you because, once again, that's our amazing Wonderfest model, and it's one that I'm going to be presenting for competition this year in any sort of modeling competition this year. And so I'm going to be putting a lot of time and effort into that model, and I think I got a special plan for you all. So that's what I got for you today, and I just want to say thank you. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me watching me unpack things and talk about things that were given to me. And I just want to say thank you. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world wherever you happen to be. And in light of tomorrow's Mandalorian-themed Razor Crest video coming out, I'm just going to go ahead and leave you with this and say that this is the way.